Hi guys, Andy here again. Got another unboxing for you today. This one, again, like I've had a few other slightly weird and different phones that my brother keeps buying or kickstarting, funding in one way or another. This one's the Geeksphone Revolution. There's a couple of things that make this one quite different. One is it's got an Intel processor, which is fairly uncommon in phones. It's got a dual-core 1.6 GHz Atom processor. The other is that it allows you, I mean, it says at the top there, Geeksphone multi-OS technology. Don't know if you can read that. You don't need to. I've just told you what it says. Which is a bit different. It lets you, so it starts off as Android, and you can switch it to, I know Firefox, their OS is one of the options. I presume you can probably get other ones quite easily. I don't know. We'll perhaps find out as we have a rummage through the box and have a first look around the device. Let's go. So, let's have a look. Has it got any tape holding it in? No, we're sliding straight into it. Hola! So, it is a Spanish phone company, Geeksphone. Just if you want to read what's on the back, I'll give you a quick shot of that, look. You can pause that if you want. Spanish company, I think they made a phone last year called the Peak. We'll come to that in a second. Creation with a powerful heart. So they're playing on the whole Intel thing there, I'm assuming. What do we get? Oh, we get the battery. We might need that. I thought these days you had to ship things with the battery in phones. Anyway, let's not worry about that. We've got a USB cable, standard USB. We've got a quick start guide we might have a look at, but I'll see how we go first. We've got on this side the plug. European. Still, it's USB, so I'm sure we'll be fine. Let's look at the actual device. So it feels reasonably light at this point, but then it's not got the battery in. So let's make that the first step. I'm assuming we just tear away at the base. Come on, there we go. We can see while we're in there, it's a slot for a micro SD card, and that's like a full-sized SIM slot actually, which is rather uncommon these days. I can tell you while we're looking at it, the camera there is an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera. There's a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. So let's see if, let's peel off the protector as well. So, let's have a look around. Well, that feels quite tacky. I don't know if that's the tackiness from the protector. Maybe that'll wear away. So there's a Geeksphone logo at the top there, next to the camera. We obviously have volume buttons, if you can see that, on the side there. Got the Intel logo on the back. I quite like the Geeksphone and the Revolution logo. They're quite nice, quite neat, quite classy. It's obviously the rear speaker grille. The power in, the micro USB, that looks like the microphone just at the bottom there. We've already seen how we take the back off. On the top we've got the headphone jack and the power button over on this side. I can tell you the display is a 4.7 inch, although I don't see, it doesn't mention on their website the actual resolution, but I saw QHD, which I'm sure we've seen in one of the other weird phones that I unboxed earlier, so I think it's something like 900. Well, that was very quick. That was very fast for a first boot, and there's no login, which is kind of odd. What was I saying? So I think it's kind of 900 and a bit by 500 and a bit, which means I think you're looking around 200 pixels per inch. I could be wrong. Back in the day that would be fine. Well, I mean, it still is fine. It's just a lot of devices these days have cranked up the expectations, and we're looking at 330s and 380s in many devices these days. What else do we need to know? It's got Bluetooth class 3, it's got assisted GPS. I've mentioned the cameras. The battery I think I mentioned was 2000 milliamp hours, which I would imagine on this display should give it pretty good life running Android. It does all the usual datas. I can't tell, unfortunately it's not. Normally I look up on GSM Arena and get the specs, but I can't find it on there. So I mean that's kind of it, I suppose. How do we, let's turn Wi-Fi and I'll log into there. Give me 1 second. So I've logged into Wi-Fi and straight away it's telling me if the camera will focus. 2 updates are available for download. Why would I do them both, I wonder? But I wonder if I should do them in order, I suppose, just in case. I'm assuming that's the date. It's in the old, it's in the American format, I guess. 23rd of January this year. 4.2.2 gives me an indication that's what the operating system version is that it's doing. I wonder what version we're on at the moment, just out of interest. 4.2.2. So there you see the Intel Atom CPU Z2560 at 1.6. If those numbers mean anything to you other than the firmware version, of course, you can see there what we're on at the moment. I noticed the capacitive buttons at the bottom, they don't actually tell you what they are. So this is back over on the side here. Let's come back out. So there's probably not a great deal more for me to show you at this point. We'll open a couple of apps, I suppose. Oh, that's all the apps we've got right now. So I noticed it's not got. Oh, that's interesting. So it's not got the Play Store. Interesting, but it does have right off the bat. Looks like it's rooted. That is interesting. No Play Store, so they didn't get authorization for that. Just open up the browser. Oh, it tells me, right, what do we do now? Reboot and install. I suppose so. You didn't particularly want to see that, obviously, so I'll run both these updates and I'll come back to you. I installed the one update. It's not at the moment telling me that there's another one, so we'll leave that out. What I have seen, I go into System Updates, update from over the air, install Google Apps, trademark, install another OS. So we do get to Google Apps for Jelly Bean. So let's go ahead and install them. Again, I'll perhaps come back to you shortly when it's done. So you join me again as it's just finished setup. Having downloaded as the Google Apps as a zip file, it then boots into recovery, flashes the zip file for you, and boots back up, and you go through the Google setup basically. And now there we go. So there's the Play Store, Maps. Not that you need to see this necessarily, I suppose. The Play Store is a newer version, that's good. So what else I want to have a quick look at. Let's see what the options are when we go to select install another OS. That's going to be Firefox OS. From the 4th of March, so it's only 9 days old. And once again, you won't want to watch it downloading and installing, so I'll come back to you in a moment. So as before, it downloaded a zip, it flashed it itself, it's booted back up. I'll just show you the different languages that's available. This is the Firefox OS, if you didn't twig. Oh, yep. Let me just log into this. It's connected. Time zone, can I tap? No. Europe, please. Hello? No? Europe. Okay. Oh, London. Okay, it's not actually changing out on the left there. I guess so. No, let's not worry about that at the minute. Based on Mozilla technology. Welcome to B2G OS. Start your phone. Oh, okay. Right to left to browse your apps. Tap on it. Okay. Tap and hold on it. Okay. Enter a keyword. Okay. Swipe down to access reading notification credit. Okay. That's it. Let's go. That seems nice. Quick. I like the quick toggles. It's a little bit backwards and being at the bottom. I'm used to Android at the top, but that's fine. We go into settings. Okay. Oh, that's not back, and that's nothing. But home works. Oh, I thought. Or was that? Was it just saying then you swipe left to right? I thought you said swipe from right to left to bring your apps into. Is that my app list? Well, do I get more home screens? Add smart collections. I mean folders. I mean this isn't a review of. Ooh. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Okay, well anyway, I'm not here to review Firefox OS necessarily at this point. Tells me I've got an update for it for the marketplace. I'll do that later. Anyway, so as I was only really supposed to be a bit of a look around of the device. It feels quite light. Again, I've not got the full information. It just feels, if I compare it to my Nexus, they're quite similar size, I think, really. Yeah, they're very similar size. The Geeksphone's slightly thicker, I think. But I like the design of it. I like sort of curvature there. It's nice and smooth. It feels good in the hand. It feels fairly light. It feels pretty solid though. It doesn't feel like that's gonna, it's not gonna flex and bend and slight rattle maybe. It's got a flat, kind of flat. There's still a bit of a rock there. Those that watch my videos know that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. I think there's actually a cover on the lens there by the looks of it. I'll leave it on for the moment. So all around, quite an interesting phone. Now, one of the interesting things is the price. My brother paid all in with postage and tax and everything just over €200. Right now it's on their website at €220. It does international shipping. I didn't notice if you have to then pay more for the shipping, and I'm not sure if tax is included, so it could be, you might be up around the €280 for the device. It seems quite nice. I don't know whether I'll take it over the Moto G at this point. It is against the Moto G. Maybe I'll get to run some videos. I'm a bit dusty, I've not used it much recently. I'll maybe get to do a comparison video checking the spec, well not the specs, but the power of each device against each other, just to see how they match up. But there we go, so that's the Geeksphone Revolution. €220 from geeksphone.com. Able to run Android or Firephone OS. I mean, it said switch between them at a click of a button, but it does basically wipe your phone and in fact, think about it, how do I go back? That might need some looking up. How do I go back from this to Android? Device information's got to be. Oh, there's some information up. Can you read that? OS version 1.3 pre-release, platform version 28, reset phone, developer settings. Oh, so how do did I miss? Oh yeah, you just tap at the top, fair enough. I don't totally see how I would swap back to Android though there. Never mind, I shan't worry at this point. So there you go. My name's Andy. I'll catch you all again soon.